Hello and welcome to today's live coaching call and community conversation. Today we're going to be talking about what I predict to be some of the trends for intermittent fasting specifically, or just general overall health and wellness for us as an aging community. So welcome if you're new here. My name is Diane Parham. I am the creator of the online course and community, the Intermittent Fasting for Today's Aging Woman course, as well as our group coaching program, the Midlife Mindset Shift. Both are currently open for registration. So if you're interested in jumping in with us, I will put the links in the live chat as well as post them to the comment section of our posted video as well. So trends. With things like health and wellness and losing weight and aging and all the things, what we need to remember about trends is basically what a trend is, right? They come and they go. And so what I always love to do this time of the year is head off some of these trends and give us an opportunity to really think about what it is that we say that we want for ourselves, and are we achieving that? And do we need to fall victim to some of these hot topics or trends that will come about in 2024? And are they the secret sauce that they're often advertised to be? So we always talk about things here from the mindset approach, because one of the trends we're going to talk about today is the fact that nutrition is constantly changing. It's constantly being updated, and it's always being revoked, right? And so what is it that we really need to think about when we're considering what we're going to do for ourselves for the future? Because we talk about the future a lot here. So one of the trends that I really think is going to come about in 2024, especially for us women, is really going to be centered around the individual woman's approach to how it is she is deciding to take care of herself. We have this community of women in this demographic in the what would be considered the aging season. We consider that a very positive season here in this community. And we really want the opportunity to step into our own power. And I think this is going to be true with how it is health and wellness and taking our care of ourselves is approached in the social media or in the media in general terms, because this is what we're asking for. This is what we're craving, and this is what we should be demanding. We are very experienced, educated, seasoned, intelligent women. We should have the opportunity to create a lifestyle for ourselves that's based on us as individual women, and no longer marketed to or presented with something as it's this way or the highway, or that we have to buy into group think. We really should have an opportunity to figure out what it is we say that we really want for ourselves. And I am seeing that as part of the messaging and the trending that is moving forward, because I think there are more of us who are getting our confidence back in this aging season, getting our energy back. And we really do want the opportunity to show up as the best version of ourselves for ourselves. So I do believe that the approach and the messaging is going to be more geared toward us having this opportunity to step into our own power. This is true with the health and wellness community as well. For another trend that I'm seeing going, trending toward in 2024, we're already seeing the messages and the changes in the approach of how people are speaking in the media, and that's authenticity. Again, I think it's one of those things that is coming out of the heels of the 2020, 2021 era, when everyone was just locked down, right? And not really having an opportunity to do individual thinking. And I think we're craving that again. I think we're far enough away from that time frame now that we really want to do what feels good to us and not what other people are dictating to us. So we know here in this community, one of the things that we really strive for is an opportunity for the individual woman to wake up every single day looking and feeling her best, and doing that in her most authentic way. Like when you wake up in the morning, you should feel like you can step into that individual power that you have. And let's be really honest with ourselves. We know what good nutritional choices are and poor nutritional choices are. Poor means Okay, we're back. Hopefully that won't happen again. We really are craving that opportunity to really do what feels good for us. And I think for a lot of us, especially in this season of life, we've gone through the eras of our 20s and our 30s and our 40s, and for some of us, even our 50s, of feeling like we didn't have the opportunity or that we didn't even get the credibility to think on our own. And we really are finding that that's what we need, and we're seeing that messaging change in the media as well, or marketing more specifically. Another thing that I see the trend for, and again, these all really do connect to one another, right? And that is flexibility. The whole, like, you have to do it one way to see success, I think is also really changing. And I think it's because of the fact that women, especially, are stepping into their own identities. We're stepping into our own power of feeling authentic in our own skin. And we really do want to have some flexibility. There's nothing that says that you have to fast a very hard and specific way for the rest of your life to get what it is that you say that you want with your health and your wellness and your mental clarity and your energy and the anti-aging benefits and all the things. It is really up to the individual woman, and having that opportunity to give yourself permission without punishment to pick days that you don't want to fast at all. Or maybe you have a day when you want to have some creamer in your coffee. Everything is going to be okay. We really want to have the opportunity to stay flexible so we no longer have to miss the memory making moments in our life to achieve a certain physique or a certain weight or whatever it is that you're striving for. We can do that and have flexibility. And I think now that intermittent fasting, especially, has been in the marketplace for women specifically, especially for the Asian community of women. And we're seeing that there are 101 different versions of how we can show up in an intermittent fasting lifestyle with some flexibility and authenticity and individually, and still get the results that we're hoping for, is a beautiful thing for us, because we no longer have to be that woman standing in the corner at a party saying, I'm not allowed to eat that, or I'm not allowed to do that because I'm on someone else's plan. And that is really where this flexibility is coming from. And it's something we promote here in this community all the time. And then the last two is, or three, is really what we focus on here in this community. And that is honesty. What is it that you say that you really want for yourself, and why is it that you're not able to stick to that? And I think a lot of where we have to get really honest with ourselves will come much more naturally for us when these three things are where we are leading with. The individuality, the authenticity, and the flexibility will help us be more honest with ourselves, because we're going to show up as the truer version of us, and we're not going to think that we have to mimic someone else to get those results we say that we want for ourselves. So honesty is, I think, one of those really big things that a lot of women are going to be craving in 2024, not only from themselves, but the people that they are investing in as well. Community is always big for us here. That's why we show up Mondays and Thursdays and we go live for a coaching session, because we do need to know and feel like we are being seen and heard. Again, we are a large community in our society of women. We hope to be around for a very long time. And I think having a community of women that you know are also going through some of the things that you're going through and are going to share with you the successes that they are seeing, and maybe some of the areas where they're finding some struggle, is also a place that we really are craving, and we're seeking out community. And then the last thing that I see a lot of people in my position here, in social media, trying to model and have an opportunity to coach and share on, is the mindset approach. You cannot make any significant, long lasting, positive changes for yourself until you really grasp the concept that you have to change you, not just how you eat, not just how you exercise, not just how your sleeping habits are. You really have to change the thought process you have en route to get to those changes. And if you're not changing how you think, then you're not going to be able to have the opportunity to change how you feel. And we know, we talk about this here a lot, how you feel in any given moment is going to determine whether you make a decision based on what you want or what it is you say that you really want for yourself. And so I do see a trend in 2024 leaning more toward how are you thinking about these things that you are experiencing in your life? How are you thinking about the changes that you want to make? And what is that leading to for you as a woman, as opposed to download this meal plan, do what I say, don't ask any questions, white knuckle it, grin and bear it. You need to have your, discipline. No, we're not taking that approach anymore. It is really going to be, I believe, more focused on the mindset approach, which also will help us with a lot of the mental and emotional struggles that a lot of us have as we're transitioning into a very new season of life for us. And when we can master how it is we're thinking about a lot of these things, then we can master how we feel. And when we feel positive, informed, empowered, all the things, energetic about decisions we're making, about the lifestyle choices that we're going to make, the end result of that is always going to fall into what it is you say that you really want for yourself. So I see a lot of trends for intermittent fasting moving away from nutritional my way or the highway approach with a lot of coaches and a lot of experts. And I do see the trend moving more toward what is it that you really want for yourself? How do you see your life moving forward? How is it that you want to show up for yourself 10, 20, 30 years from now? And the beautiful thing for our community members here is that if you have been in this community for a while and you're hanging out with us, we're not going trendy. We're going to stick with the trend that we've already started. And we have been doing that here in this community for 7 years. We have stood fast in our approach to really help women with what it is they are thinking about themselves as they are aging, whether you're happy with that or unhappy with that. And then how does that make you feel? And what kind of things do you want to incorporate in your life so that you can be the one that's going to determine your result for 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, however many years you are blessed to live in this aging season. So we're going to trend toward all the things we're trending for, double down on our mindset approach. We're going to work from this way up in 2024, really working on this part of it. I have so many women reach out to me that say that they have spent thousands of dollars on quick fix approaches, people's fasting programs, all the things, and they're still not feeling successful. And I do believe it's because they're taking the approach of nutrition and they're not really working on their mindset. Because guess what always happens with nutrition? It changes, right? Science changes, studies change, opinions change. We find out that there's been some studies that weren't even really honestly done, right? And that we followed them because of the name of science. And so when we start thinking about things from how does this work for me? What is it that I say that I really want for myself? And we go back to the question we ask ourselves every single day. How long am I going to fast today? Because this is what my day is looking like. And how well will I feast today? Because this is how I want to feel tomorrow morning when I wake up and I want to do that in my most authentic way. Then all of this part right here falls into place beautifully. And we don't have to worry about the trends because we're standing in our own power. We're doing that in our own individual way. We're doing that with authenticity. We're doing that with honesty. We allow ourselves to be flexible. We have a community that we can come back to, and we're changing this, which is the most powerful thing to change when you want long-lasting results. I hope this message served you well today. If you're wondering what to do with 2024, if you're someone who tends to get caught up in the rat race of what the hot topics are and clickbait items are, especially in the world of nutrition, if what you're currently doing is working for you or what you've done in the past had worked for you, go back to that or just continue doing what you're working. You don't have to worry about any trends. If what you're doing is working, there's nothing that you need to change. Okay, let's get into the I'm going to post a link for I'm calling this now, our Mindset Intermittent Fasting course for today's aging woman, because we do focus a lot on the mindset inside of our intermittent fasting course. If you're interested in getting in with us for January, we just started our November course and you want to kick off 2024 with these trendy things, then we would love to have you. It's currently closed for registration, but registration will open soon. So if you get on my email list, you will definitely get an email from me. And then our midlife mindset shift course is open. If you're on my email list and you were a graduate of the intermittent fasting course, you've been emailed about that. We would love to have you in there as well. We are going to double down on mindset in 2024. And we do that on Thursdays as well if you're interested in jumping into some of those with us. Okay, so let's see who's here today. Now's your time to jump into our community conversation. This is why I do come live here on Mondays and Thursdays so that you can leave a comment and get an immediate response from me. I also come through all my comments and leave a comment. If you can't catch this live and you're in the rebroadcast community, always feel free to leave a comment for me. I love nothing more than to hear from you guys and hear how you're doing and answer your questions. I'm always an open book. So definitely make sure that you're using that aspect of what we do here. Okay, so let's see who's here. Leona, good Monday to you, my friend. First comment here in our live. I always appreciate it when you're here with us. You are a successful intermittent fasting for today's aging woman course graduate. And I do know that's because you've made some amazing mindset shift changes. So good to have you with us. Roberta from Hawaii, good to have you with us. Hopefully the rain has stopped in Hawaii and you had a great weekend. Nell, thanks for all you do. You are welcome, my friend. I love having you in community as well. You are another one of those amazing, successful graduates we've had from the intermittent fasting course and a midlife mindset shift course member. You're always making those amazing mindset shifts, and that is why you are successful, my friend. Angela, aka Silky, right? January 23 grad, 80 pounds down, still 24. 1 meal a day weekly, living my best life. I miss you like crazy, Diane. Now that I'm working, it's hard to catch you live. Hit the like and share this today. Thank you, my friend. And I'm just an email away, Angela. You can email me anytime you want. You can pop into any video that you want. Leave me a message. I know sometimes catching it live feels a little different, and I love that. I love that you guys can come on live when you can, but I will always reach out to you in the comments if you leave me a comment anytime. So you never have to miss me, girlfriend. I'm always just a YouTube video away, and I love having you jump in with us. January 23 grad, jump into class. It changed my life, and it will change your life too. Thank you so much, Leona. Nancy, good afternoon from Maine. We got our first snow. Walking in the snow is so magical, like fasting and feasting along with a little exercise. You go, girl. I am not a snow person personally, but I'm always intrigued by people who love being outside in the winter and in the snow and all the things. So happy you were able to have a beautiful walk in the snow this morning. I worked out upstairs in my gym because it's cold outside here in Texas. Diana, greetings from cold Canada. Going into my second Christmas fit and healthy, not obsessing about food, ebbing and flowing thanks to your wonderful guidance, Diane. Diana, I am so proud of you. There is nothing more magical than having the opportunity to spend time with your loved ones around the holidays and not be stressed out about food. Like, it's just such a beautiful concept, right? And I wish more people could really give themselves that gift. The holidays are not supposed to be stressful because of food and how we feel around food. Again, this is that mindset approach we take, right? Why are we feeling stressed out about the holidays? What is it about our own individuality, authenticity, flexibility, honesty we want to have with ourselves? Where are we lacking some community support? That's a big one, especially around the holidays, if your family and friends don't think like you, right? And the mindset approach. And so when you make those changes, like Diana did, the holidays can really be a time when you can show up as your full self. You can show up for the reason that you're celebrating or you're practicing whatever it is you do with your family, and not these outside reasons that tend to stress a lot of people out. And so, girl, you go and enjoy those holidays fit and happy, right? Not obsessing about food, and just do you and be present with your people. That's another thing we really focus on here, is not letting the thoughts that we have about food, because that makes us feel a certain way, take us out of being present with the people that we say that we love and we want to spend time with. And when you can do that mindset shift work, then when you show up for holiday events, you show up with family that maybe you haven't seen for a while, because again, that's a big thing about the holidays. You can show up 100% present because your mind's not going to be distracted by all the thoughts that you have about what are you going to do about the cookies, or what are you going to do about the cake, or what are you going to do about the whatever it is that's having you stressed out. So girlfriend, I'm proud of you. And I'm super excited for the people that get to spend time with you, because they're going to get the full version of you. And that's beautiful. April, happy Monday. Feeling great and staying the course. You are so spot on with all the quick fixes out there. I'm blessed to have found you. And we're blessed to have you here, my friend. The more women we have in our community who keep coming back, whether it's live or rebroadcast, we don't care, keep coming back and touch pointing on all these things for other people, the bigger this community is going to be. And the more women, I believe this with all of my heart, the more women we have with feet on the ground thinking like this, right? Taking power back for themselves, being able to stand on their own 2 feet and think for themselves, doing it from a very healthy mindset approach. You guys, that is so contagious. And we're going to spread that out into the world and hopefully do our work, right, to turn some things around and help other people as well. So we're setting a great example. Who else is here today? So Fonda, greetings from North Florida, South Georgia. Work in one and live in the other. Hit the thumb and likes up button. Join the class. It's life changing. So Fonda, you're all over the place, my friend. Hopefully everything is going great for you and you're having smooth travels back and forth between work and home. Megan, I'm so grateful to find someone who concentrates on mindset. Yes, we have to, because here's the thing. Here's the thing that really riles me up as someone who creates videos and really wants to share a message for people is there's not one thing that if you changed it about your nutrition that's going to change for you. It's not the bone broth. It's not the apple cider vinegar. It's not any one thing that if you just change this one thing, everything's magically going to change. You're going to lose the weight. You're going to burn the body fat. That's not true. You have to change this. How are you showing up for yourself? How do you talk to yourself? How do you see yourself? How do you want to show up for you? That's the only thing that we really need to change, because when you live in a present mindset, when you live in an honest mindset, when you're authentic with yourself, when you're making informed decisions based on what it is you say you really want for yourself, all of those things won't matter because everything else is going to fall into place beautifully. Apple cider vinegar is not the missing thing for us. Period. It's just not, right? It's how we show up for ourselves and how we think about ourselves that's going to ultimately determine the consistency you have for showing up for yourself, the dialogue you use when you speak to yourself, and the decisions are going to be made from that vantage point. They're always the most informed and they're always the most honest, and you're going to be fine. Leona, Diane, thank you. Your message helps me stay grounded. I'm going to keep doing 24 IF and eating whole foods most of the time, drinking lots of water and working out. This works for me. And no one needs to question that, Leona. If what you found works for you, then that is the best approach for you. 100% exclamation point. You don't even need to ask any questions. And that's really what we want to make sure that we're doing here as well. Leona, I plan to take your mindset shift course in January or February. Ooh, girl, we would love to have you. Love to have you. And that's a really great time to jump in for sure. We're doing a lot of goal setting and picking our word for the year and doing all of that kind of stuff is super fun. But getting in when you can kind of like settle down from the holidays. I know it's super busy for a lot of people and really focus. It's a really good time to jump in. So just make sure you stay on my email list and we'll get you some information to jump in with us as well. Thursday, we are going to talk about the importance of finding a word of the year and why. Something as simple as finding a word that you want to use as a trigger for you to kind of bring you back to center can be, a pretty life-changing experience. So we'll go through that on Thursday and I'll share with you guys what my word of the year is and why I picked that. And then you can start thinking about maybe something you want to do for yourself in that way as well. I want to thank you all for being here with us today. I appreciate you more than you know. Thank you for supporting our channel. Thank you for supporting everything that I do here in the community. I couldn't do this without you, and I always want to make sure that you guys know how much I appreciate you. If you haven't done so yet, make sure you've subscribed. If you haven't subscribed yet, also make sure you hit that like button and share this with a girlfriend that you want to have this kind of relationship with, right? The more, like I said, the more women we have with feet on the ground living this way, the more opportunity we have to make a very positive change in the world we live in today. And that is really the ultimate mission we want to have here for ourselves. Okay, I think that's it. One more question or one more comment. Tiffany, I agree 100% about your mindset approach. One of the key points of your class that has impacted me the most was the I am statements. Yes. And we do that in our mindset shift course too. I am statements are super powerful. And I'm glad that that resonated with you. That means that you came into class with the right approach, right? And being open-minded to those changes that were probably simple changes that could have been holding you back and you never made the connection. So girlfriend, lean into those I am statements, review them, update them as necessary, and then know that you can be anything that you decide to be and repeatedly say to yourself. And that is the power of an I am statement. Love you, Tiffany. Thanks for popping in real quick before we jumped off today. I know that message is going to help so many women. Have a great rest of your week. Links will be pinned to the top of this video if you're looking for anything. And then I'll see you guys back here on Thursday. If you need anything from me, I'm always just a quick message away.